What's going on? Stop frying your brain. This is John Wallace. Just chilling in some bean bags next to this bitchin' looking thing right here. We're in Intervention 911 waiting on Ken Seeley to get here. And man, we've had a trip this last few days. We saw my boy Roman Bradley with Sober Life Coaches. That guy's the man. We'll be seeing more of him. And we saw my boy Brody Webster at OC Sober Choice Sober Living, man. We're gonna talk to him a little bit more because we're going to check out American Addiction Centers American Addiction Institute of Mind and Medicine. They're probably coming on board here with the team. How you doing, Michael Pack? Thanks for coming in, man. I'm here with the beautiful Mary Angelique. Sorry, I keep stuttering over that. And then, of course, Mr. Emerson Biggins. We still haven't found his brother, but we're going to hit the road after this just so we can.
More time to go.
Hit the gong for me. Yes, sir. And then we got my boy over here, Timmy Brammer. Now, Timmy's going to walk us through and give us a little tour here. We're going to check the place out. Timmy, say hello to the folks.
Hi, everybody.
That's Timmy Brammer, man. This is my boy right here. He's got ChasingRecovery.org coming on board. Man, they're doing some cool stuff. Why don't you show us around? Check it out. We're down here in downtown Palm Springs. We got meeting rooms, prayers. Hey, this is perfect because everything usually turns up backwards when we show stuff written down. But now it's already backwards, so you can read it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Now it's going to be the other way around. Did I just blow your mind? Cool, man. What's going on, Tracy? How you doing, girl? So walk us through here and let us check it out, man.
This is one of our therapy rooms for our IOP.
Right here?
It is, and this is one of our bigger meeting rooms. This is also part of our IOP.
Well, this is big, man. It's big.
Everybody comes in here and meets and does a little process group every day.
Watch a little football, talk about girls. Right on.
TV, yeah.
Right on. Oh man, we got some artwork on the wall here and stuff. Ken Seeley Recovery Community. Ken Seeley's coming up soon, man. Wow, man, this is big. This is no joke big right here. No joke big right here. Oh, sorry, do we got people in there having meetings and stuff?
No.
All right, well, Timmy, why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is you got going on, man? You got something cool going on. I want to hear about it, man.
You want to hear about it?
I want to hear about it, man.
Well, you know what? I've been clean and sober now for just coming up on 18 months. And thanks, buddy. And I wanted to do more. So I started my own website. And the website is kind of designed to get all the treatment centers onto one website. So when you go onto Google and you search treatment centers, it comes up with a list of treatment options. And the majority of those aren't actually treatment centers. They're brokers or something along those lines. So I wanted to build a website where I could research an actual treatment center and put a link to their site on there. And people could actually go directly to that website and talk to someone at that treatment center that represents their best interest.
It's ChasingRecovery.org?
ChasingRecovery.org.
Right on. Is there more to this place?
This facility?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it's just corporate offices.
Just offices and stuff like that?
Offices.
Are there anything cool in there? Do we need to go look at them?
There is not.
There's not. All right, right on.
But I don't want to go that way.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Ken Seeley's joining us here for a little bit from the A&E show Intervention. Man, Stop Frying Your Brain's done some cool things this weekend. We got everywhere. I talked to my buddy Jesse Brick. This guy did more true terms I remember. He's a convicted killer. Completely covered in ink and stuff like that. Now he's sober and he's clean. He's doing the thing. He's got his family back in his life. We saw my boy Brody Webster, man. Like, this kid, I found him so sucked up and disgusted, man. I got him at a Huntington Beach. I had to hunt him down. All I had was a picture and a name. So I'm walking around yelling his name,
Yeah.
And we and him, we know the power of methamphetamines.
We do.
Yeah, they will get you a little paranoid.
A little bit.
Yeah, so this kid sees me and some other dudes walking around yelling his name. He's like, I gotta go! We're like, no, bro, we're here to help you out. He's doing great now, so I wanted to go down and talk to him, man. You're doing great. I've known you since I got out here to the desert, man.
Right, about 18
and you've
months
been just shining and growing and all that stuff, It's good stuff, man. So give us a little bit of your past, man. What's your story?
Drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol?
A lot, yeah.
A lot of them.
Since about the age of 16.
Yeah.
Just traveling all over the place with a backpack and a dream, just go get clean and sober in the next spot. And I'd go to the next spot and I'd find what we all find, more drugs now.
Yeah. You could drop me off in the frozen tundra in a bikini bottom.
That's what I did.
You went up to Alaska, yeah.
Went up there, I was going to get away from the drugs and the alcohol.
Yeah, because there's none up there.
They got drugs up there. I found them.
Love you, Aaron. Love you, Joanna. Thanks for coming on.
I found all the drugs and all that I didn't want to find up there.
Yeah.
You know, and I came back and nothing changed. You know, I moved in with the family and did what we do. I took until they didn't want me.
Until there was nothing left to take.
You know, and then I started harming myself. You know, and I started doing things to myself and.
We're not talking about you want to cut yourself harm.
Well, there was a little bit of that.
You
know, just personally, you know,
right on.
I turned to a life of prostitution.
Wow.
And that it took a toll on me mentally. And then I started the cutting and the attempted suicide and all that stuff. And you know, one day I was in a motel room and I was really high on meth. And I saw a commercial that said, you know,
not just kind of high on meth, really high on meth.
Do you or a loved one have a problem with drugs and alcohol? And I made a phone call, and a couple of days later I was on a plane, and I haven't used drugs or alcohol since.
Now you didn't come through here though, as far as the treatment center. You went to.
I went to Sovereign Health. I did 65 days in their inpatient facility, and then I met Ken, and I came here to his IOP program where I was for 6.5 months of IOP.
6.5, yeah, and clearly you are a shining example of the success that had.
I hope so.
I hope so. So far, all day today.
So far, so good.
Hey, listen, we got Emerson Biggins over here. I'm going to turn him into our cameraman. Let's go find him so we can hold this, and we'll find Mr. Ken Seeley. I'm excited to talk to him. I love the show, man.
I'm excited to listen to it.
I got intervened on one intervention one time, and it was a family friends, Tad and Tammy Stringham, and so I show up at my mom and dad's house, and I got to visit my son, and they tell me that he's going on a, hey, Emerson, will you do me a favor, bro? My arm's gonna get tired. No, turn it around the other way. Oh no, you just didn't do that, did you? Okay, well he switched the screen around, so I'm going to get yelled at for that, but that's cool. At least we'll be in this format until Ken shows here. It's all right. It's all right. Hensley yelled at him, it was his fault. No, so all of a sudden, my family starts showing up after my son's going to a birthday party, and I didn't notice that this was like 5 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. And I'm like, oh no, ambush! And then comes this dude walking across my lawn, just covered in tattoos, and he pulls me aside, and he's like, we're interventionists. And I'm all, really, that's nice. I've got a gun in my right pocket. I've got a bag of dope in my left pocket. I'll go, but get me out of here before we hear these letters, man. Let's do this now. So we went. It was go. And there he is. There he is. How you doing? How are you, Ken? Good to see you. Good to see you. Nice to see you, too. Doing well. We're just talking about what Timmy's got going on. What's up, Timmy? Giving a little tour of the place here. Say hi to Stop Frying Your Brain.
How you doing?
We yeah, that's Bella. Bella's been with us on our whole little road trip all over Southern California.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken. Mary. I've met you before.
Yeah. And this is Dan. I think Dan might actually live in one of these.
I was there.
Yeah, it was there. He was there. So what's going on new, man? What's going on with the show? I love the show. I was just telling him about my only experience with an intervention.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't cameras falling around. I wouldn't let that happen, but I thought there were.
Yeah.
You know, I thought there were. And my whole family started showing up at my mom and dad's house one day. And I was like, oh no, ambush. There's no other reason for them to be there, and then the interventionists came.
Yeah.
I watched the show a lot. You ever had an experience where they said no?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I never see where they say no, man. I have friends that are interventionists, and they're like, something happens, man. If you stay with it long enough, God comes in the room.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're just like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. So what can we had Tim Ryan came on from Dope Man. What's up, Tim? What can we expect from the show this year? Anything spoiler alerts?
No, just really good stories.
Really good stories, yeah. Right on. So what's going on here now? What's the plan? Tell us a little bit more about Intervention 911 and what you guys do.
We're doing IOP, and then we also are doing case management and interventions.
The case management is something new, right?
Yeah.
This is not. Yeah, I think we've talked about this once before, and I've talked to other guys. Can you describe a little bit more case management is? Because it's a long-term aftercare thing, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Roman Bradley, listen to aftercare thing. He loves that stuff. So what does case management do? How does that work?
So it's when they start through the process at the very beginning.
Yeah.
There's somebody that follows them through detox, through treatment, aftercare, after treatment, an IOP, sober living, and takes them through the whole process.
Okay, so they got somebody to keep them on track the whole way.
Exactly.
And if they step off track, you guys intervene again.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool, man. That's cool because we've been talking a lot about that. Like we got an epidemic going on.
Yeah.
We're losing our kids left and right. You know, we don't. I mean, we're trying to throw everything we can at it. And I've been trying to find places and people that are doing something new and different. You know,
Yeah.
staying fluid in the modality. And that sounds like that. That sounds like that. That sounds like that to me. So now, do you have sober livings here too, or is it, this is just the ILP where they come to get kids? No one lives here, right?
No.
No, all right. No, you don't live here, do you, Tenny?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, every now and
I
again.
feel like I live here.
I feel like I live here. Right on, man, right on. So, okay, there's one question. I don't want to get too controversial here, right? But I remember it when I had just gotten up here in the desert and I was still coming out of the fog. There was a court thing that went on. I think you came out victorious on it, but
it's still in the process.
Oh, it's still in the process? All right. Would you mind telling us a little bit about it?
Not allowed to.
Not allowed to? There it is there. Controversy solved. Well, no, I mean, you know how, like for an anonymous program, they sure do drop names a lot around. You hear things, so I was told maybe give it a question, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard you were victorious, I heard you lost, I heard you everything about it, but you know what's the coolest thing?
Still in court.
Still in court. All right, well, that's not losing.
Yeah.
That's not losing. Is there any plans to expand from here, or?
Getting an investor to come in and help us. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. So you don't do you don't have a treatment like this is just aftercare treatment primarily. Is there actually a treatment center that's attached, or?
We're opening a detox. So
A detox center?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. That's cool stuff. I was talking to a lot of people about a lot of different modalities for detox, man. We even had a CBD guy come on talking about using that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's well, tell us a little more. I mean, what like you've been in this since 25 years now, right? Maybe more.
No, I've been sober 28 years.
28 years. All right. How long have you been a professional?
10 years. The first 10 years I didn't. So.
Okay,
18 years.
18 years as a professional. So you've seen this thing grow and fluctuate and shift from crack to heroin to the crystal meth surge. Like what are your ideas on how we can best come after it? I mean, because we're losing 91 kids a day right now to opiate overdose.
Yeah, I know.
And I spent a long time in long-term county-funded treatment centers, in prison and in jail, and I got to know a lot of these guys. And now I'm burying a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm trying to talk to anybody that knows a way that we can or has a new idea on what we can do. You know, what are you doing? How are you staying in the
Case
fight?
management.
Case management?
That's it.
How long does case management go for?
A year to 5 years.
To 5 years. 5 years of that. So 5 years of somebody that's staying in touch with you.
Yep.
Now, what about family? They stay in touch with your family too.
Absolutely.
So they're completely involved.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds cool. And is that like do they pay out of pocket for this? Does the kid's insurance pay for it, or does insurance cover it?
As of this year, the insurance covers it.
Really? So all right, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So they that's meeting the act where they're at. So you guys stay like, well, do they have to come through your IP to get to the case management?
No.
They
People
can
all over the country.
So people coming out of treatment centers, any different treatment centers, can sign up to that case management.
Exactly.
So is the case is this like a sober coach where they're like in your right pocket all the time, or are they doing it remotely?
It's all remotely.
It is remote.
It's all over telehealth.
Okay, all right. So they check in with you and they check in with your people and they make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
I mean, you don't, then we become
Family re-intervenes.
For the family does? Okay, all right. And then do you guys, if necessary, do you guys step in and intervene?
Well, we support the family.
You support the family? Okay, you guide them on how to do that. All right. So what does that look like? How do you go about that?
So you have somebody that's relapsed and the family called you and said they saw the red flags. Then we remind them of what their bottom lines were and we implement all their bottom lines.
What do you mean by bottom lines? Can you expand on that a little?
So, I mean, it could be, every family's different. It could be that somebody says, we're not going to pay your cell phone bill, or you're getting kicked out of the house. We're going to arrest you for stealing that watch. So whatever their bottom lines were, they're going to implement them the minute that they pick up.
All right. See, I robbed the only intervention where I actually had a professional intervention done, I kind of robbed myself of that whole process of hearing those bottom lines, because I was twacked out of my head.
Yeah.
I had a gun in one pocket and dope in the other pocket, and now this guy's coming to me telling me he's an interventionist. My whole family's here with letters, and I love my family, but I don't want to. I'm like, just get me out of here, bro. I'll go.
Yeah.
You know, it was the easiest intervention this guy's ever done. He showed up, and I'm like, okay, let's go. You know, get me out of here now. So I didn't get to hear all that. They gave
They
me
didn't do it while you were in treatment?
No.
Bottom line?
Yeah, they did not with family. But I didn't really get a lot of the family interaction. They were someplace else, and I was up here. And my family gave me plenty of bottom lines, man. I found a way to manipulate and stipulate and dibulate and push them back.
Well, that's why you need a professional to make sure that they don't waver.
We don't push them around. You
Exactly.
know? But we get sick. We stay sick. We make our family sick.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something I've been talking about too. Is like I preconditioned my folks to a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You know, and so now even now I talk fast.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm shot out of a cannon most of the time.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, how are you doing? And so if they hear me like that, and they start getting nervous.
Yeah.
You know, and I got this has been helping out immensely. They get to see me progressing and still doing good. You know, because I haven't gotten to the point where they're like, "Whoa, you're good," because I was in the sickness for a long time, a really long time. You know. I mean, I looked at what's going on with Timmy here. I've known Timmy since I got out to the desert, man. And, I mean, that's a big deal, bro. A long time, man.
About 18 months now.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man. It's a big deal one day at a time. Because I mean, I never saw you use them, but I can tell, bro. What's me and Nick, right?
Yeah.
So here's a cool little thing, man. 2:30 in the morning the other night, this cat calls me up, and he's suicidal and he's feeling messed up, and he's walked out of this sober living and he's in some of the hotels up here, and he calls me and I'm like, oh, dude, just go hang out with you, and he's got Kaiser, right? Now I want to roast them a little bit, man. I got to bring him to a Kaiser hospital, so they can put him in the Kaiser ER, and they send him to a Kaiser mental health place, and this kid's suicidal and he's messed up and he's detoxing. And they don't do anything with him. They don't even see a specialist. They just release him. Really? Like figure it out. But no place will take him because he has Kaiser care. What do I do with this kid? You're a professional engineer. What do I do with him? Give him some advice.
Find a bed.
Find a bed somewhere.
Yeah, gotta find him a bed.
But Kaiser though, I mean, like, why did they think everything is Kaiser places and they haven't given him a bed? They had him a bed. He was in a bed, and then they put him out this morning. I don't understand.
At a treatment center? Or
No, they put him into a mental health. They went from the hospital to a mental health place. They're supposed to see, like I'm doing this live. We're going to go get him right after this, you know? Because I want to see if he's a bad one, you know? He's a bad one. I mean, we can't, but like, just hold on, you know? This family, we have technological problems because we use technology.
Yeah, right.
We use technology.
90 days to 6 months.
Okay, all right, so it's long-term care, and it phases down, so they're doing less time as they build it up.
Yeah.
And
6 hours a day to 3 hours a day to 5 days to 3 days.
3 days a week, okay, all right. So I never went through a lot of that process. I did one day, the only time I went to like a private paid place, I had a little spend your eye, and then I was off and running. The time I was intervening, I was off and running. The minute they gave me a chance, I was gone, man. But God could have come down, and I still been like, yeah, just one more shot. Kid, he keeps calling. See, this is the question.
That's probably the guy in detox looking for.
Yeah, it is. Got out. He's trying to figure out, where do I go now?
Oh, that was a scam.
Oh, that was a scam likely? That's the cool thing about my phone is it comes up scam likely when I get scams calling me, which is all the time now. So, is there anything you'd like to tell everybody? Or, I mean, like, everybody on Stop Frying Your Brain has been real excited to see Ken Seeley.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So have at it. Let them know.
What do they want to know?
What do they want? I mean, okay. Did you watch Dope Man?
No.
No, you didn't check it out. You haven't checked it out.
Didn't record.
You could have recorded. It didn't
No,
record.
I didn't record it. I tried to record it.
We had Tim Ryan on, man. He killed it. And he killed inspiration. All right, so do you still, besides on the show, do you do other interventions?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And usually, how do they just want to? I mean, like you're a big name and a big face. They just want to call on you and you're on it.
Now we do marketing, get people to call.
Yeah.
They just help out there.
All right.
So, yeah, we do a lot of private. Most of our business is private.
Okay. All right. Right on.
Because a lot of people don't want it televised.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Man, I can't imagine because when they approach these kids don't know. Like, these kids don't know that they're going to be in Davina.
No.
That's like the whole premise,
Yeah.
right? And I don't just like. How
Is there another one?
You could have never when I was. What's going on?
We're stalling. We need to restart the feed.
We're stalling. We need to restart the feed.
I started another one.
You started another one?
Yeah.
Stalling, yeah.
It's stalling again?
All right, we'll do it again.
Going on, Stop Frying Your Brain. We had a little bit of technical difficulties like usual because we use technology. My name is John Wallace. I'm sitting here with Ken Seeley, Timothy Brammer, and John Keller right here. We're at Intervention 911 downtown Palm Springs. This is like the best way for us to wrap up a little road trip, we thought. But we got to go back on the road after this here too. So Timmy here is not only a member of Hair Club for Men, but he's also he came through IOP. Why don't you tell us a little about your experience with this guy right here? How did he want to be a part of your organization? And
I think Timmy hit a rock bottom before he got here because he was really engaged. And and he was really excited about it, work in the field. So
Right
it's
on.
been kicking butt ever since.
Yeah, he actually, unlike the cliche, he wanted to work in the field, and now he's actually working in the field. That's pretty impressive. There's a lot of kids in rehab. I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor, and they're loaded. That's pretty cool.
But it's a lot of work, right?
It's a lot of work.
Draining, huh?
Well, it's a lot of
training,
personal work and
Yeah.
recovery and doing the steps.
So it's, I got you might be able to share on this, like what I do for work and what I do for my recovery. They're not the same thing.
Completely
And
different.
I like this weekend I found that out because we've been bouncing around and I've missed my meetings and I've gotten a little,
Yeah.
like it's time to go back and do what I have to do for me or else I'm useless to anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that in your experience, 18 years as a treatment professional, like in interventions, everything.
You got to turn up your meetings.
Yeah. You gotta go to more. You gotta do more.
You
Huh?
need therapy, you
Yeah.
need everything.
Therapy, everything.
Yeah.
so John, you do case management here.
Yes.
Yeah. What's been your experience with that? Tell me a horror story. Tell me a love story.
Horror story.
There's a lot of those.
Many of those, yeah.
It's mostly the families, right,
Yeah,
that don't get compliant.
Yeah, the families,
Families that aren't
they're still giving them money.
That's
They're
the
still
horror
driving
story.
around.
That's-
Yeah,
That's
keeping the family on the
Yeah,
page.
basically just trying to keep the the boundary with the client and helping the family maintain that boundary, constantly talking with them and assuring them they're doing the right thing, because a lot of family members
Hey,
feel
Kyle.
like, oh, this is the hardest thing ever,
They got guilt from
My
killing
mom
off the
had no
person.
problem
Yeah.
kicking me out and changing the locks. I love you, Mom. But a lot of family members, they struggle with it, and they have their own issues too, the codependency.
Yeah.
It's all about changing the whole family system and intervening on the whole family system, because something isn't working. They
Yeah,
keep
something's
going in and
broken
out
there.
of these treatment centers, and then mom, dad, they'll pick them up from the treatment center when they want to leave. So
Yeah.
a lot of encouraging them too to go to their Al-Anon, R-Anon, codependency meetings.
They need help too. They're sick
Right.
too. And
And
the
that's
addicts is
my-
not the only
yeah,
sick person in the system.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part, is working with the family.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that it's harder for the family sometimes than it is the addict to go through this.
Yeah, because I mean, as unique a snowflake as we think we are as addicts out there, we're pretty run of the mill when it comes to it. But a family unit, that's
Absolutely.
a whole spider web of madness
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, I
And
know.
I-
I infected mine.
And I felt the pain from on the family side, losing my twin brother to the disease of addiction. So I know where they're headed if they can't,
Yeah.
be as strong as my mom was, where she just
Yeah, the consequences are real.
exactly.
Yeah, they're real.
They're real.
Right on, right on. So you do the case manager. Timmy, what do you do here?
I'm a house manager for the Palm Tea. It's one of the sober living stuff.
Okay, you run the house there. How many guys are in the house? All guys?
It's all guys. At our house, we have a women's house as well. But currently at our house, we have roughly 30 guys, but we can have up to about 40.
So it's like being an air traffic controller. It is.
On the front
Like
line.
herding cats.
kids.
Yeah, it is a very stressful, rewarding job,
Yeah.
all at the same time. So
Yeah, you guys got a pool over there for this heat?
we do. We have a pool, a volleyball net. We play water volleyball all the time.
You ever drowned anybody in that pool? I bet you.
Thought about myself.
UIPs, and then you get to deal with these guys.
The long-term monitoring,
Yeah.
it's all about. A lot of them do have benefits for it.
Yeah.
Their insurance will pay for it. A
Yeah,
lot of
they're
them
covered
don't
for
even
long-term.
know that they're covered. So
Yeah.
we usually run.
This is a pretty new thing, though. I mean, that's what we've been talking about is different modalities and different ways to meet the addict where they're at, and what do we do to maintain it. And the general consensus has been as long an aftercare as possible. Which is, I mean, like, well, a lot of us do the little detox, the little 28-day, and okay, fine, I know where to go to meetings. I got a meeting list. A bunch of guys signed it.
Yeah.
Only I'm going back to Boston or wherever else,
With no accountability.
Yeah, with no accountability.
No
man.
drug testing.
The same family that,
nobody
you know,
telling
yeah.
them, did you go to your meetings? Did you
Yeah.
did you get a sponsor when you got back there?
Yeah.
So that's my job. I get them motivated and continue, to hold them accountable.
So a long-term plan of recovery that you developed as early on as treatment, when you're still in inpatient treatment, is something that you try to carry out with that, and you stay fluid and you shift and change has got to go. I know in my personal case, it took. My father got sober. My mom was pregnant with me, and I twisted and turned that disease back against him for a long time. It took a while before I had to tell him, stop paying, start praying. There's nothing you can do about this. And then I had to reach the bottom.
Except meet John.
Yeah, except
And
me,
if,
John.
and don't be afraid to cut your family member off. I was cut off, and I raised my hand in meetings, and people helped me in Ramona, California.
Ramona? I know
them in the
Ramona.
rooms.
Yeah.
You know, they helped me. I shared. I was honest. I was showing up. You know, every day.
In
They
Ramona,
saw
man.
I
Is it
was
what,
looking
Hunter
for
Street?
work. I was sharing on Hunter Street.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know
Those
that
people in
place
those
well.
rooms, they helped me save my life. You know, I had to sleep on sofas. My dog had to go somewhere else sometimes, but hey, I had
The
a
dog
place
had to go
stay.
somewhere else sometimes.
Yeah, my baby.
That's been the biggest challenge with this guy who was blowing us up earlier was his puppy.
Yeah.
And the biggest sign that we can see, this is kind of a trip, the biggest sign we can see that he's ready is he was willing to board his dog.
Yeah.
With the treatment, I was like, he's ready!
You
Safety
don't have to
praise!
board him if you're staying sober. People will help you. They'll
Yeah,
take care of your dog
yeah.
for you. There's some people that will do that.
Well,
They love
that
to.
guy's doing it for him. He's paws and claws right there. Paws and claws. So Timmy, tell us a little bit more about. I know you got a little rap session in there because if everybody says jump at 5, I got to jump at 5. But chasingrecovery.org.
All right. I started it because I wanted to do more. I got in a room full of people that had about the same amount of clean time, a little bit more, and they were all doing more than me. And I got sad for a while. And then one day I woke up and I said, you know what? If I want to do more, I need to do more. And so on my website, from what I've learned in treatment, is people come to treatment, they don't necessarily know where they're going. I didn't know where I was going. I called a broker. This guy put me on a plane. Here I was at Sovereign Health. So once I got into treatment, I started seeing all these different kinds of treatment centers that you could go to. There's religious ones and farm to table and a traditional one, like this. And I wanted to provide people with as many options as possible. So I go online and I gather all the information for these actual treatment centers, links to an actual treatment center where you talk to someone that actually works there, and I post their link on my site.
Yeah.
The side part of that is I'm collecting donations to pay for people to stay in sober living. Too many people come here for three months. And you get kicked out of the street. They could stay.
Yeah.
In a month, especially with the opiate epidemic, a month could save someone's life for a lifetime. That's the direction I want the website to go.
Right on.
What's that website again?
It's chasingrecovery.org.
Chasing Recovery?
Yeah, so I went down today and we talked to guys from Surf City Rehab and we checked out what they do, and they're doing something different and cool, and they're trying to find people that are spit to that specific one, like you're talking about. Like everybody's different. Everybody wants a different. I don't want to. If you were to send me to Betty Ford, I would escape through the window. I don't care if they got acupuncture and chips. I'm out of here. I just wouldn't have felt natural or there. So like everybody's got their own modality, and you're right. We got 1,000 questions. My phone's getting blown up with 1,000 questions.
Nice.
Are you on board with what this guy's doing? What this guy's doing?
I
here?
love what he's doing.
Yeah. You think it's a good idea? You think it'll work in the community?
We need it.
Yeah, we need it.
That's the number one blocker, like you were talking
Yeah.
about earlier. You have somebody that needs help,
Yeah.
but Kaiser threw him out.
Yeah. So what do I do with them?
At least get him into a sober living if somebody could help support that.
Because they've detoxed him and they've cleaned him up,
Yeah.
So I've been thinking, the only inhibitor I've had is he's got a dog and he wants to keep his puppy, but there's got to be like a pet friendly one or two out there. There's loads of them, they're out there, but we don't have the information. We don't have a directory
That's what
for
his
it.
website's
I like the idea, man. I like the idea because you see the review sites, and you know what? They're all negative reviews. I know who's writing them.
They're probably kicked out.
No, they're getting
Having a
kicked out. I'm gonna
relationship,
get
bro.
them, that's. I know we're in a time right now when we're facing an epidemic that is just out of control, And I've talked a lot about like how the treatment industry needs to shift in its modality that's going on, because the same turn of the mill, turn and burn, just put them in here cookie mill recovery centers. I'm not saying they're causing the problem, but not slowing it down. We got 91 deaths a day right now from opiate overdose. My friends, young kids, the number one cause of death right now for kids below 23 in America is opiate overdose.
Yep.
Like that, more people last year than the entire Vietnam War. Well, where's the public outcry? I've been asked. And I'm like, well, this is it. This is the best I can muster up. I got a smartphone. I got Stop Frying Your Brain. Let's do it. We met with and that's we're trying to get as many people as we can. And success stories, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody can sit around and bash the industry. They can say this, look what they're doing or what they're doing, but I want the success stories. What's working? That's what I want to highlight, and that's the people that I want to find.
That's the case management. We're going to be doing an episode soon on another show and talking about treatment doesn't work.
Yeah.
Treatment alone doesn't work.
I see you posted something about this,
Treatment
and I
alone
was
does
like,
not work.
Mother Ken Seeley
Period.
just say treatment doesn't work?
It doesn't work.
It's not working.
I got sober in 1989, and we
Yeah.
have the same statistics as we do today.
Yeah.
3 to 7% with 30-day treatment. So that means treatment doesn't
Doesn't work.
work. But if you look at the doctor diversion programs, you
Yeah.
look at the lawyer assistants, the pilots programs,
Yeah.
they got 80 to 92% success rates.
What?
Because they have case managers.
They have somebody that stays
following
in their
them.
pocket the whole time.
It's kind of like you say, oh, I want to go to the gym and I want to start working out and I want to feel good, right?
Yeah.
If you say you're going to do that, how many people do it?
Yeah.
But if you have a
But they
trainer
should
at
have posted
the
about it when they go
gym,
do it.
but if you have a trainer at the gym that's
Yeah.
holding you accountable to make sure you're showing up,
Yeah.
then you're going to do it. And that's what John does as a case manager.
So that's the
He's-
prolonged aftercare.
he's-
That's a,
You're going to follow that plan. And really, it's not, we like to call it a recovery assistant
Yeah.
instead of a case manager.
case manager reminds me of probation.
Yeah, and you don't want, everybody wants to be a case or be managed, right?
Yeah, no, I
So,
don't want to be. I don't want to. That reminds me of probation.
everybody wants an assistant.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, I'll take an assistant. God, I could use an assistant. Thank you. Hang up on me.
Hey, baby.
Oh, wait, who is it?
Nick.
Oh, I thought it was my baby. Oh, the interview's over now. so like that, and then they come from you from all over now.
So everywhere in the country,
Yeah.
as long as they have a PPO insurance, we could run their benefits,
Yeah.
and they already have it written in their policy.
Yeah.
Why aren't we accessing it? Shame on us.
Exactly.
They
Well,
have
because
treatment.
I haven't heard of
They
it.
have
you
act.
know? I haven't heard of it. You're the only person I've heard of it from.
We're the only ones doing it.
It's coded for. Like it's there. It's available for
In
everybody.
everybody's policy.
But nobody's doing it.
90% of the people, it's in their policy.
Why wouldn't they?
Because it's new. They don't know about it.
They don't know about it.
Treatment
You
alone
know about it now.
doesn't work. And I'm telling you, it doesn't work. And I hate to be the
I
one
know it
saying
doesn't. I went to 9 different long-term county-funded
there you
residential
go.
programs that were very, 9 of them. I was here for 27 months of my life. I got loaded in or before I left or right after I left on every single one of those. Treatment didn't get me clean. I don't believe there's a place that can do that. I mean, I think that comes from a power greater than ourselves, but I didn't get introduced to that.
So there's
I-
2 reasons why.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why.
Uh.
The first reason is because you didn't hit your rock bottom.
I know, I kept excavating.
And what we do is we use the family system
Yeah.
to create that rock bottom. Instead of putting the cushion
raise
underneath
the
it,
bottom.
we raise the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's the first reason why you
Yeah.
didn't. And then what you learn in treatment is really good
It
information.
screwed my high up.
But how do you implement that in the real world?
Yeah.
And that's why you need an assistant.
So
Somebody
that's,
to
I knew what was
support you.
wrong with me after last treatment. I knew what the problem was, especially when I
can't
picked
fix
up and I
it.
couldn't stop, but I couldn't do anything about it. But now I knew it was wrong. It really screwed my eye up.
So how many years will you use it?
For 25 years.
So 25 years you're out there using it,
Yeah.
and now they say, oh, here's 30 days or here's 90 days.
Go ahead and get
and
rejected.
25 years, clean it up with that. It
But we
doesn't
do, I
work
mean,
that
we
way.
do recover. We do get back
Here's your
up.
toolbox.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Without somebody guiding you through that process, it's almost inhumane to ask them to do that.
So when you heard it here, Ken Seeley telling us treatment doesn't work, and I believe it because I wrote this piece talking about $4.7 trillion billed to private insurance last year for
Yes.
substance abuse treatment, and yet more people died.
Are
of
dying.
overdoses. Yeah,
That's
More-
another
way
way
more
to
people-
show it, right?
Nothing's being fixed.
The numbers that are
Yeah.
going up, not success,
Yeah,
the
not
deaths.
the deaths. Yeah. And
The
it's,
deaths are
it's
going
not,
up.
I'm not saying the treatment industry is causing that, but they're sure not doing anything about it. And
They're not
being paid-
changing it.
They're not at all. They're actually. I mean, it's getting bigger. So I don't think they're responsible for that. But I'm not saying break down the brick and
Treatment.
mortar.
Let's say treatment is a good start, though.
Yeah.
You rate detox
good
is a great
start.
start. Treatment's a
Yeah.
great
I'm
start.
not saying no, don't do it, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that's well, when you drop me off after my 30 day, I'm going to get loaded.
Yeah.
It was the first thing I did when I left.
Yeah.
The only 30 day sprint I did that was the first thing I did was I went and got high. I got high on the car ride out of there, you know, and I had all this information, and I knew this was retarded. This was going to end bad.
But if you knew that your family was going to hold you accountable and hold you accountable to that, if you test dirty after
Yeah.
you leave treatment,
So there's
there's
testing
going to be
involved, too.
Oh yeah, random
Right.
drug test.
Yeah.
So if you test dirty after treatment, they're going to throw consequences at you.
Yeah.
You know that stuff that you stole, we're pressing charges and you're going to jail for it. And that's what John has the problem with, because the families are like, oh no, we can't do that. Oh
Yeah,
well,
he'll
then
never talk to us again.
Let's see you at the funeral then. And then when you do see him,
Yeah.
like you said, how many people a day?
91
91 people
Yeah.
a day. If
from
you-
opioid overdose.
That's
143 a day from drug overdose.
Yeah.
I have a cousin that works for the CDC and he gets the mortality rates.
So
in town, man.
there you go,
Love you, Daniel.
142 people a day. When you go to talk to their families after they die, they say, I wish I would have.
Yeah.
Every one of
Every
them says,
single time. I wish
I
I
was
would've-
enabler, and
Yeah.
I wish I would have stopped enabling. But it's
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
listen to John. Listen to your kit assistant.
Stay on board with that because you guys are the professionals. The family doesn't know what to do. You know, and I get
They all
these
want
kids.
to, though.
I'm asking questions because I'm not a treatment professional. I don't know what to do. I just know that there's a problem right now that is bigger than me and it's bigger than I can address from a podium or in a room. And if I don't get involved in it, I'll have to continue to get comfortable with all my friends dying.
Yeah.
You know, and I got comfortable when I got sober. I decided I was either going to have to get comfortable with a life of begging for help or a life of helping others. There's no middle ground. I'm a sick one. You know, I'm a sick one. So it's either better or worse. There's no in between.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the best avenue that I found, and it's just kind of propelled itself from there. You know, like in your case, I went to my mom and dad's house not long ago. Stayed the night over there at their house, cooked them dinner. I wake up to have a cigarette in the middle of the night, and I go to the door, and the door is locked. And these people, we grew up in New York. They never lock their doors. They're down in Rancho Bernardo, super nice town. Now they lock their doors, and I'm like, I'm already in the house. I'm already in the house. That's why they're locking the doors. You know, they just built the habit because of how bad I was. You know, so I mean, I love the idea of case management. I heard it called another term.
Recovery assistant.
No. It was the one I really didn't like. It made me really think of probation. Diversion.
Oh yeah, diversion.
Don't use that term. All those are the criminal record. Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
No, not a good sign when you get put on diversion there. So Timmy, you just launched the site.
I did yesterday.
You did it yesterday.
I did.
How's it doing so far? I know you've been stuck on that ticker.
I have been stuck on the ticker so far. When I last checked about an hour ago, I was at about 700.
700 a day.
About 450 last night. And
Yeah.
I had another 180 reposts and all that stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then another 200 just this afternoon.
Okay, we're gonna get with you and stop frying the brain here. We want to thank you, bless you. We love what you're doing. So we're gonna jump with you on that. John, man, thank you very much for you guys do, man.
You're good.
That's cool stuff.
I love
man.
your energy.
Yeah,
man.
well, I got a lot of it. That's I gotta keep moving. You know the thing is, we've been in the car. I thank you guys for dealing with me for like 3 days now, going from city to city to city to. So doing really cool things and talking to really cool people, but I couldn't even deal with me that long, you know. I got a little nap in, and then they got me 4 shots in the caramel frappuccino, so I'm ready to go. We gotta go find an addict at a train station too. He keeps blowing the phone up, you know. But Ken, man, thank you very much.
Nice,
We get a little stop frying your brain. Everybody stop frying your brain.
Stop frying your brain.
Stop frying your brain. All right. Right on. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we
Appreciate
do that on the, yeah, appreciate you, man. We do that on the fly, man. It doesn't come off right otherwise.
I like that.
Organic.
I like that.
I like that organic.
www